Holly, and today I'm going to be talking about mental illness, but more specifically, it's called schizoaffective disorder. Does anybody know what this is? Ever heard of it? Okay. It's kind of like schizophrenia, but you have a couple of things on top of that. You have manic depressive. So manic means you have the extreme highs. Depression, you have the really, really bad, crippling lows. It's very hard to deal with. There is 2 million people in America that already have this, and 300,000 new cases will occur this year, next year. I know so much about this because I have it. When I was 21, I was diagnosed with it, so I know what it's like to be different from everybody else and have to have the sign of mental illness flowing around your head and how people look at you and act towards you. Thank you. Something you need to remember, mental illnesses are biologically based in the brain disorders. They cannot be overcome through willpower and are not related to a person's character or intelligence. So pretty much it's not their fault. It's kind of like cancer or heart disease. It's not something that they wish to have, not something that I wish I had. It's just something that they have to live with. And if you're a family member, you have to live with it with them. Kind of passionate about talking to people about this because when most people think of any kind of schizophrenia thing, they think of the crazy person on the side of the street with tinfoil on their head, thinking the aliens are going to come down and take over the world. It's not true. A lot of people, it's from Hollywood and the media. The only reason why these people are like this is because they don't have the right meds, they don't have doctors to help them, and they don't have family and friends with them. And if they did, they would be perfectly normal. So my main points today are going to be the symptoms, the causes, and the meds. The symptoms, there's a huge, long list of the different kinds of symptoms that you can have. Some of the big ones are strange and unusual thoughts and perceptions about the world. They just kind of see the world as completely different as everybody else does. They're paranoid about everything, every little thing. They have hallucinations, which mean you see and hear things that aren't there. You're confused and disoriented all the time, so everything that comes into your brain just isn't clicking right. You have severe depression, you have manic ups, you have severe rage, and I was arrested twice in 6 months before I was diagnosed because I couldn't control my temper. But now I know a very good defense attorney. Yeah, kind of sad. You have suicidal tendencies. You have a really poor memory. You can't remember what happened yesterday. You can't remember what you ate, what you wore, who you talked to. You have sleep problems. If you're not treated, you're very self-destructive, anywhere from alcohol, drugs, and being promiscuous with people. And somebody that has this won't admit to it. They think there's nothing wrong with them. This is just the way they are. The only way for them to understand that they have a problem is that they hit ground face first. This is what had to happen to me. The causes, there's genes that play a factor. Your childhood, how you grew up. It is hereditary. It is more common in women than men. I don't know why. And it does happen between 17 and 23. Medicines, antidepressants. One of them is Cymbalta. The effects really aren't that bad, but it does take a couple of months to get used to it. Antipsychotics, such as Abilify. This is the medication from hell. It's pretty much a tranquilizer. You have no emotions. You get very sick very easily. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to be around anyone. And it takes about 7 months to a year for your system and your brain to get used to it. So it's very hard. This is why a lot of people that have this problem go off their meds. because it is very, very hard. So I've been through all of these. I've had all the symptoms. I've gone through a couple of different meds, and I know all the causes, the what, the why, how to help it. I've seen specialists from Salt Lake, Seattle, Portland, and UC Davis doctors in Sacramento, just to kind of see what was going on. So if you know anybody that has a condition like this or has some sort of mental illness, I know it can be scary, but to them, they're terrified. There's something wrong with them, and they need help. So all they really need is someone to talk to about it and a good friend to help them. So if you could be a good family member or a good friend and maybe go to the doctor with them the first time, or be with them the first couple of weeks when they're on their medicine because they're so sick they can't get out of bed.